Hi, Analisa Six here with the Lady of Leisure and the Sober Curator to bring you the August 2023 horoscope for the zodiac sign of Cancer for Sun and Rising placements. It's a lot to say. Hi, Cancer. How are you? I'm really tired and I don't feel good. I'm going to do this video for you anyways. Wish me luck. We started August off with kind of a bang. It's already August 8th, the day that I'm recording this video. But on August 1st, we had a full moon at 9 degrees of Aquarius. I've said it so many times now. I'm like, am I saying it right? And the area that this hit for you, Cancer, was the area that represents a lot. This particular area of the chart rules over many, many things. It's considered to be the shared resources house, and it's where we have a connection to shared resources through marriage or marital partners. And when I say shared resources, it's exactly what it sounds like, shared resources. So assets, home, food, anything that's shared that is a resource. It also has a connection to sex, death, and rebirth. It has a connection to financial institutions and where we take loans out with banks or investments, things like that. Also inheritance. So shared resources also blend towards shared resources with in-laws or our own family members and things like that. So if somebody dies, then the things that we inherit from them. Full moons are a time of highlighting. They illuminate something, and wherever they're hitting in our charts is what's being illuminated. And so those themes are illuminated for the Cancer individual. This house also shares a connection to the occult. And so occult studies tend to kind of fall into this area, or fascination with those things. I, in the Placidus house system, have my sun here, and I always kind of attributed it to why I like the occult and also true crime. Like, I feel like if you have eighth house placements, you're very into true crime. And so, there's kind of this emphasis when it's highlighted here where those things could be a theme: assets, shared resources, finances, death. We could be reflecting on somebody who's passed away, or we could be having our own existential thoughts on mortality and things like that, or an interest in the occult all of a sudden. Full moons are a time of manifesting and releasing. So this was a positive time on August 1st, where if you wanted to manifest anything along these lines in terms of like more sex in your life, or more assets, or more money, or, I know I needed a loan for school. And so there was a period where I was trying to manifest the perfect financial situation for that. And I was doing some, meditation and rituals around manifesting that for myself. And this would have been a good full moon, for me, like if that was happening in that area of my chart, right? So a good, powerful time to manifest or call in investments, those types of things. Hopefully that makes sense. So that was on August 1st. The other things that we entered August with that were happening. So the sun is in Leo. We've got Mercury and Mars both in Virgo. And the area that Mercury and Mars is in for the Cancer horoscope is the area that has to do with communication. And Mercury is the ruler of Virgo and also the ruler of this house. And when Mercury and Mars are here, and Pallas Athena, which is an asteroid that archetypally resembles a lot of warrior, goddess, wisdom energy, we are more prone to having aggressive or confrontational communication. And sometimes that's needed, right? Cancer can be, a lot of cancers I know are kind of aggressive in how they communicate. I'm not going to lie. I can't think of a single Cancer dominant person that I know that isn't somewhat abrasive in their communication. It's really interesting to me. But I think for Cancer, it's because you're a cardinal sign, and the cardinal signs are all about initiating and kind of starting something. And all the cardinal signs tend to have that quality to them sometimes, where they can feel kind of intense with whatever it is they're initiating. Even Libra being sometimes passive aggressive or conflict averse, can still say things sometimes in a really like, whoa kind of way. So many Libras I know, I'm kind of like, where did that come from? And obviously that could be true for anybody, but I do feel like the cardinal signs really excel at some of that more confrontational communication. And with this elevated for you this month, you might have to be more mindful with what you say. Mercury in Virgo, Mercury being the ruler of Virgo, it's a really positive placement for planning things and taking action, Mars, around the things that you're planning. So if you have to do a lot of strategizing at work or in life, this is enhanced for you in this placement. So it's positive in that way. In terms of your interpersonal dynamics, though, you have to learn how to kind of maybe turn some of that off sometimes and soften a little bit, because it can be a lot for people. Mercury is also going to be stationing retrograde on August 23rd, which is the same day that the sun enters Virgo. So the sun's going to be entering this area of the chart and highlighting it. Mars is going to be leaving Virgo and entering Libra on the 28th, and it's going to be entering your area of home. Mars in the area of home could bring conflict with family members or anybody that you're living with. It also could bring some restlessness feelings. You might feel like you want to move. You might feel like you want to change something drastically about your home. You might feel like you want to go on vacation and like have a different home for a period of time. Mars in this area makes you feel very restless and not really like you want to just stay as grounded in the home space, which, Cancer ruling this area, Cancer does tend to really enjoy being at home and hunkering in. So this is a little bit opposite for what you're used to or what you normally feel. Because Mercury is going to be retrograde at this time too, some of the plans that you want to make or some of the things that you want to do that might be more impulsive might not be the best. It might not work out the best, because Mercury retrograde does tend to complicate things, complicate our plans, and make things a little bit more difficult than what we were hoping. So those are just things to be kind of mindful of. Leo season, the area that the sun in Leo is hitting for Cancer is the area that has to do with our finances. So the house that rules our sense of self-worth, our money, and our sense of material stability, security is where the sun in Leo is hitting. And then we also have Venus retrograde here as well. Venus retrograde is going to be here the entire month of August. And so Venus in this area is pretty positive. Venus actually rules this area of the chart. However, because it's retrograde, we might be in a period of having to really sit with and reflect on our finances, our material security, our relationship to self-worth, how we value ourselves when it comes to what we charge for our work that we do, whether we're self-employed or employed by a company. We might be reflecting on, am I making enough money? Is this enough money to provide the life that I want for myself? Do I feel like I'm charging what I'm worth? Do I feel like I'm making what I'm worth? Do I need a promotion? This might not be the best time to ask for that promotion because of all the retrograde energy that we have. But by the end of September, if you kind of sort out all of the things that would need to be done in order to elevate your life or make the amount of money you feel like you're worth making, or whatever it is that you want to do in that way, the end of September is where we might see more of that action around it happen, because Venus and Mercury will be direct and more out of that shadow period. The last couple things that I'm going to talk about for you, Cancer, so I'm going to keep these videos short this month. We have a new moon happening on August 16th. That's happening at 23 degrees of Leo. And this is happening in the exact same area of the chart that I was just talking about in terms of money. And so this is a great time to set intentions towards the universe. If you're like, I want more money, I want more financial stability, I want to feel more worthy of those things. Doing a ritual, a self-love ritual, or a money manifestation ritual during this time, even with Venus retrograde, I think is still positive, because you're just setting those intentions. You're not necessarily doing anything. You're just telling the universe what you want and what you're ready for. And when I'm talking about this stuff, I'm assuming that most people know how to set intentions, but if you don't, you can look it up online. There's so many different ways to do it. I'm really into candle magic and those types of rituals because I think they're really fun and I've had a lot of success with them. But you can also just write stuff in a journal or make a Pinterest board. Pinterest is also a really fun way to set intentions. Like I'll make like a yearly manifestation board, or an affirmations board, things like that. And there's so many things that I've called into my life just from putting it out into the ether. You can also make a vision board, those types of things. So August 16th is the day for that. The next moon that we have happening in a fun way is on August 30th. We have a full moon at 7 degrees of Pisces. And this is happening in the area of the chart for Cancer that has to do with values and belief systems. And so if you're in a position at the end of the month where you're reflecting on those values and belief systems. This is a positive time for you to set intentions towards more of what you want to manifest in your life that may be in alignment with your values or your beliefs. Also, if you're in a position where you're ready to release or let go of an old belief system, that might be something that you feel called to do as well, which I think is common as we age. Like we learn more about life and different things, and our viewpoints start to change, or the way that we perceive something starts to change. And so you might be feeling at the end of August, whatever you've been through is starting to change maybe some of your values or the way that you think about things. And it's positive for you to stay open-minded and be okay with the fact that you might be letting go some of those previous values that maybe are not serving you moving into the next chapter. All right, Cancer, that's all I got to say to you for August. Good luck, and I will see you next month.